Hey everyone, Zach Wright from IMEO Company, improving management, employees, and organizations, where we meet you at your OKR journey, whether you're just starting out, whether you're trying to implement it, or whether you're trying to embed OKRs into your culture. We help you tap into a 360-degree view of your organization as business leaders and owners. Today, we're actually going to be talking about OKRs, and the specific thing that we're talking about is why should growing companies leverage objectives and key results? And there's a few reasons why we think at IMEO that you should leverage OKRs at a growing company. One, you're bringing on tons of people all at once. And depending on your size, the number of people that you're bringing in is only going to be relevant to your situation. But at any rate, whenever you're bringing on employees, it's so much better for you to be able to tell them exactly what you're expecting of them whenever they come into this role. So first, whenever you come in and you have OKRs already structured, you have your mission, your vision, and you have your 1-year strategy laid out. So whenever you're inviting an employee to start with you, you have a specific job description for that year. And in your long-term vision, you're able to stretch that even further. But the nitty-gritty is the objectives and key results aspect, where when that employee comes in, you're able to take from your manager's key results and build that new employee's objectives, and then they create their own key results. And that in itself is going to create something of meaning, something of purpose, because whenever this employee comes in, they're going to be able to say, okay, this is my job. This is my responsibility. I'm going to be accountable for this. And also, this is how I contribute to the greater good, because OKRs are cascading goals, meaning they start from the company level, they go all the way down to an individual contributor. And the only way that the company makes progress is if the individual contributor adds to their manager, and then their manager adds to their manager, going up to director, VP, executive leadership, and ultimately the company level. So that's one. The second part is, as you're growing as a company, there's a lot of flexibility. So if you use KPIs and you're stuck in what you're trying to accomplish, you could be locked in and moving and making progress, but that progress might be in the wrong direction. Whereas OKRs are flexible. So whenever you're learning or adopting OKRs, you have this goal to stretch for amazing. So 70% of an OKR is actually achieving what you set out to do. But in addition to that, you have cadences where you're checking in on your one-on-ones. You're scoring your progress on a monthly basis. And from there, whenever you're reviewing your monthly scoring, your manager and you as an employee should put your heads together and ask questions like, does this goal still make sense based off of the recent changes that we just went through? If the answer is no, remove that goal and replace it with another one that makes more sense. There's no reason that you should continue going down a road even whenever you know that you made a wrong turn, right? And OKRs allows you to take risk. That's the third. It allows you to take risk. It allows you to fail, but only because you're able to reflect and grow based off of that failure, right? So take risk, fail, learn from it, and then make those improvements in the next quarter. So that's a few reasons why OKRs are great for growing companies. But the last one that I want to talk about, and I could go on forever, but the last one that I want to talk about is, as a founder, if you implement OKRs into your organization, you don't have to have that worrisome or that worry feeling is, did I hire the right people? Are they producing like they said that they were going to in the interviews? Because what you'll be able to see is the company's progress. Since everything is connected to you as the CEO or the founder, you're able to see what's rolling up to you versus a KPI or an MBO. Those are siloed. Those are only going to be for that department. Those are only going to be for that specific team or that specific team member. Whenever you're growing, you're able to make sure with OKRs that you're moving in a consistent direction, in the right direction, and you're creating cross collaboration. But with the scoring and the progress tracking, you're able to make sure that all the people who have gone too far for you to really connect with, they're still producing outcomes that you want to see. So those are the key things that we think about whenever OKRs are implemented into growing companies. Now, just to reflect on the facts of OKRs, you have your focus, alignment, commitment, trackability, and stretching. Those are superpowers, according to John Doerr. So as you're growing, if you're not aligned, then you're moving, as I mentioned before, but you might not be moving in the right direction. As you're growing, if you're not focused on what matters most, then you're going to be distracted and you're going to lose hope on achieving your goals, or you're not going to be focusing on the right things. Whenever it comes to commitment, these are transparent goals. The entire company is able to see everybody's goals. So once they identify their goals, they're committed. They are the owners of that goal. It provides meaningfulness. It provides purpose. It lets them know, employees, it lets them know what they come to work to do every day. And then trackability is, are we moving fast enough? Are we moving in the right direction? Are we focused on the right things? We're tracking this based off of what we identified. So what we agreed to align on, what we agreed to focus on, and what we had committed to. Now we're seeing, is what we're doing actually working? And then stretch for amazing. It's, if you shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon, or you shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. I always get that wrong. But that's what we're talking about here. If you challenge and you stretch your employees with the willingness and encouraging of taking risk, they're more likely to go farther than they would have if they set this KPI or they set this MBO where they're going to be measured on their metrics and they're going to be either 100% or they didn't meet what they were trying to do. Stretch goals, OKRs, allows that employee to go beyond what they think is actually possible. And what you'll find is they actually achieve that more times than not. So I hope this video was helpful. If you're a growing leader of a company or a business leader of a growing company, reach out to us, because we have our OKR program package. We have a 4-week online course where I will also come in and do live sessions. We have our 3-month consulting and implementation package where we have our own product, or we can work with your product, your software, whatever it is. But we have a playbook that we help implement into your organization. And then we have 9 months of OKR coaching where we really help you embed OKRs into your organization where they're sustainable. And we also help you maintain this even as we slowly fade away in the background and you take over this OKR program. If you're interested in that, do not hesitate to reach out to us today. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to work with you soon.